Hi, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time you're in, time zone. Thank you for coming back if you're coming back. Thank you for subscribing if you are new. So, if you're new, this is a channel about wealth and which involves a lot of things. And sometimes it involves some psychology, so that's where we're at today. So, normally I do real estate, I do investments, I do some classes, book reviews, and career choices. So a lot of my videos will be on different career choices because I've been in working like 40 plus years. So I have a lot of experience in different things, and I hope to share it with you and help you out. I'm probably going to take my head off of here while I talk so you're not distracted with me moving around. It's very important that we get our head straight because we have a lot of drama, a lot of things going on in our lives. And we don't need a lot of anxiety. If you want to succeed and become wealthy, become like a manager, or not even necessarily a manager, but have your own business, you can't be full of anxiety all the time and bring it on to somebody else. So I got tons of things going on right now. And I want to sell my house. And yesterday evening, right outside my back door, there was a disturbance, a domestic disturbance, and apparently somebody got shot and killed, like two people, a mom and a baby, and then they burned the entire house down, and their neighbors, because I live in a townhome community, so two houses got burned down. And a woman and a baby got killed. So, I got things going on that you don't know about that I normally don't talk about on this channel, but, it just sucks. And I can't dwell on it. It's just the way things happen in the universe. Everything happens for a reason. And maybe I'm not meant to sell right now. And maybe I'm meant to rent it out. I don't know. I don't know why things happen the way they happen. There's no way I could be able to sell this home with two burnt out houses right outside my door. So anyway, I'm just sharing that because we're all going through different things and you cannot let it take over. So that's what we're talking about today. We're going to talk about getting your head straight so that you can build wealth and succeed. And this might be a long video, by the way. You're going to hear me talking in the background or sipping my coffee, whichever the case. So thank you for subscribing, for viewing this, for getting my analytics up. I will see you on the next video. Okay, optimizing your headspace. First thing we want to talk about is protecting your brain. Protecting your brain from injury, pollution, sleep deprivation, stress. The first step in optimizing its function. The brain is very soft while the skull is very hard. Several brain areas are vulnerable to trauma. And especially the parts involved with memory, learning, and stability. We're trying to go as long as we can without getting dementia or any of these other brain things that go on in life. We want to be able to sustain ourselves without having to rely on other people. Most of us do not want to rely on other people. We want to go through life as long as possible without having to have somebody take care of us. But the best way to do this is to protect your brain. So you wear your seatbelt when you're in a car, you wear a helmet. If you're going skiing, you wear a helmet. I heard about several people going skiing and they hit a rock the wrong way and they die. They hit a tree going down the hill. Whether you're riding a bike, a motorcycle, you're snowboarding, make sure you protect your brain. Your brain is more complicated than any computer. Did you know that we have 100 billion nerve cells in our brain? One head injury can ruin a life. Just think about Bob Saget. I don't know what happened, but something must have happened where he hit his head in the wrong place. Don't let children hit soccer balls with their heads. Soccer balls are heavy. Repeatedly slamming a child's head against a soccer ball may cause minor repetitive trauma to the brain. There are not enough studies to say hitting soccer balls is safe, and I encourage children to play golf, baseball, and tennis rather than football, soccer, and hockey. Current brain imaging research has shown that chemicals are toxic to our brain function. And I know some people love the marijuana and all that, and it does help them relax, but alcohol, drug abuse, nicotine, a lot of caffeine. Now, I do drink caffeine. I drink probably 2 cups a day. And there's many medications that decrease the blood flow to the brain. When the blood flow is decreased, the brain cannot work efficiently. Cocaine addicts who smoke cigarettes had 45% less blood flow than the control group. There was a performance or a study done on chronic marijuana users, and they had 85% less activity in their temporal lobes than their control group. The temporal lobes are what's involved in memory and mood stability. Caffeine constricts blood vessels, and it's been shown to decrease brain activity. I mean, a little bit of caffeine doesn't hurt much, but unfortunately some people use excessive amounts, like 6 to 10 cups a day. It's hard to be your best when your brain activity is diminished. Stay away from these substances which tend to be toxic. In the same way, sleep deprivation it decreases the brain activity. It limits your access to learning, memory, and concentration. Sleep problems are very common in people who struggle with thoughts and emotions, so getting enough sleep is very important to protecting your brain. The next thing we need to do is we need to feed our brain, because the fuel your brain has is a profound effect on how it functions. We don't want to do a lot of simple sugars, simple carbohydrates, causing people to feel sluggish, spacey, distracted. You eat a lot of carbs in the middle of the day and you want to go to sleep. Why is that? What do you feed your children for breakfast? What do you have for breakfast? We don't want to keep loading them up with a lot of carbohydrates, sugars, Pop-Tarts, bagels. I mean, I get it in this fast-paced society. These foods are simple to prepare and we're hurried up, but they cause brain fog and lower performance. So if you want your children to perform the best and be like doctors and lawyers and such, you need to work on feeding them brain food. You know, the fishes, the Brazil nuts. These all things have the fatty acids that I have listed up here above. You know, a lot of children and grown adults have trouble with energy and mental clarity after lunch, and it's probably because of all these white breads, these sugars that are found in potatoes, rice. They can make a dramatic difference in your energy and focus. So I might leave a link below to one of my favorite YouTubers and Facebook people that are great on helping you look at ingredients in these foods and know what's good and what's not. This is not a nutrition channel, but it's very important for your brain, and your brain is what's going to carry you. So I might do that below. If anybody is actually watching these videos and is listening to me and would like that information, I will share it. But if I don't get any replies, then I know nobody really cares, and I won't leave it. But there is a great YouTuber that goes through all the ingredients, why it's good, why it's not, what to look for, because we have a lot of chemicals now in these foods, so you really need to keep that in mind when you're eating, because all these things can affect your brain. All right, and one of the next things that are really important is to kill the automatic negative thoughts, and I have to deal with this constantly because things are going on and you don't know all the time in our lives, and if you're not careful, it's going to overtake you. Why is this happening? Why is this happening when I'm trying to work so hard And then it seems like everything is coming against me or whatever is going on, because we all have things going on. They can ruin your whole day and even your life. I mean, you really have to, you need to work on getting your positive thoughts up. Predicting a bad outcome to come before it's occurred is not a great way of doing this, by the way. All right, I'm trying to think of another way I could help you get out of this. You can't let it overtake you, but how can you stop doing it? Maybe you can listen to motivational videos that put great, hope-filled thoughts in your head. I mean, there's some great preachers out there that do that. I know Joel Osteen is one of them. There might be some other ones. If you have any more, you can put them in the comments below. But there's a lot of motivational podcasts and things that will help you try and get the negative thoughts out of your head. If you focus on something else besides the negative, think something that makes you happy, and that maybe it'll help kill it. If you can correct them, then take them away, because you don't want them to have power over your thoughts. And another thing is it starts raising your cortisol, and then you're going to start getting fat, because cortisol will, is your stress level hormone. So a lot of bad things can start happening, automatic negative thoughts. Raise your cortisol, make you fat, really, you really got to work on that. All right, the other thing is to work your brain. And your brain's like a muscle. The more you use it, the more you can use it. So every time you learn something new, your brain makes a new connection. And my suggestion is you subscribe to this video channel, because I'm always trying to put new things into your brain. I have like little study guides that I have going on. I do little investment tutorials every once in a while. We go over book reviews. A lot of things, and these learning enhances it. You could also do some SlideShare presentations. I think they charge after like a month. You could go and take a course on, I'm not going to suggest anybody because I don't really know who's legit and not. I go to like universities where I know they're stable and they're not going to rip me off to take classes. But sometimes they'll have free ones on YouTube. But anyway, you need to keep your brain with the blood flow and activity in your brain going. Keep it going with new challenges. You're learning things, your new information. Increase your brain density and weight. So this will help you. All right, the next thing is making love for your brain. All right, so sexual contact, it helps, okay? It releases stress. It enhances estrogen levels for women. It enhances your overall brain activity, improves memory. So, if somebody says they got a headache, next time you want to make love, you tell them, hey, we need to work on your brain, okay? Intimacy and emotional bonding is the most influential factor in the positive aspects of sex. The more you withhold, the worse it may be for you. So there you go. That's what you tell your partner. They want to withhold sex. I'm trying to work on my brain's fountain of youth. Okay? That's what you can say. All right, here we go. Develop a concert state of mind for your brain. And what we mean by that is a relaxed body with a sharp, clear mind. Much as you experience an exhilarating symphony. I can't even speak, can I? You use music to develop concentration skills. You do deep relaxation. So we're going to use music, deep relaxation. We're going to work on our breathing. Of course, this is done in a lot of yoga classes now, so you could take some yoga classes. You could actually just go lay on the floor if you have an anxiety attack and just start with nobody else around, hopefully, and just work on your breathing in and out, until you calm down your nervous system. Another thing we need to do is exercise. And that could also be in work your brain. So I don't mean just like learning things, but you also need to exercise where you're releasing stress. Another technique developing clear focus is to write down, to take notes on different things that's going on. Write down some headings on a piece of paper, and then just write down some positive things. You could keep even a little notebook if that would help you. But when you find yourself getting full of anxiety, try to exercise the music. You can try yoga, take some classes. Another thing we can do is write down the following headings. We can write down relationships, work and school for one, money, physical health, emotional health, and spiritual health. All right, when you finish writing down all your goals, such as I want to have a kind, loving, connected relationship with my children, put it somewhere where you can see it. And every time you start getting crazy, ask yourself, is my behavior getting me what I want in these areas? This will help you keep focused on things that are most important in your life and not other things going on that you have no control over. So again, it's relationships, okay? These are the things we have to work on. Work and school, money, not having enough money can stress you out and make you crazy. Your physical health, you need to do something. Go take a walk if you can't afford a gym membership. Walking is free, and you can do it anywhere, right? As long as it's a good area, not in the middle of the night down a bad neighborhood, okay? Emotional health, spiritual health. Make sure that you keep a concert state by relaxing your body and developing your mental clarity. Okay. Treat your brain problems. If you have had significant damage done in your life, depression. If your depression runs in your family, you have anxiety problems, ADD, attention deficient disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, substance abuse problems, and even violence. These stigmas are associated with psychologists or psychiatrists. And some people still don't seek help because of money problems or embarrassment or whatever the situation is. But they do have a lot of free programs out there if necessary. And I'm eventually going to get a brain scan done myself. I was hit in the head like a year ago with some surfboards came crashing down on the front of my head near my eye. And I just want to have my brain checked. So I'm going to be doing this. I might do a video on the results in the future, but that is my goal. And I'm going to let you know how it all comes out. But I do think it's important that you get these checked out. And it might not even be mental. It might be what I just said, like something happened where you fell down. I've had a lot of things happen to my head. And I just like to know that everything is okay. Life can improve with an optimized brain, and that includes your career, your entrepreneurship, developing a business. All these things are important. And I'm sure I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know. Anyway, this is kind of a book review too, because this is a book that I have in my Audible. This is not an advertisement for Audible. This is just kind of a book review, and I do book reviews on my channel as well. So this is from Dr. Daniel Amen's book, Change Your Brain, Change Your Life, and I have this in my Audible library. I don't have a whole lot of books. I have mostly Audible books because I'm on the road half the time, and I really don't have a lot of space in this house as of right now. In the future, I hope to get a bigger home, but even so, I just don't have a lot of books. I do love doing Audible because I do a lot of Ubering, and in between my drives or driving wherever I'm going, if it's a good 20, 30 minute, 20 minutes, sometimes I can drive 20 minutes to my next person to pick up. I'll throw on a Audible book if I'm on the train, if I'm standing in line, if I'm getting work done on my face or whatever's going on, that where you're just standing around doing nothing. I have your earplugs in and listen to my books or podcasts, because I have a lot of good podcasts too. And I think Dr. Daniel Amen has a podcast too. I have no clue what it is. But so this is kind of like a book review, okay? So anyway, I thank you all for listening. Those who stuck with me till the end. We'll see who stuck with me till the end, because I gave some assignments for y'all to do. In the future, I might add a Amazon gift card to those who stick with me till the end. I want to see who actually lasts on these presentations. I thank you all for watching, subscribing, and I'll see you on my next video.